Yes, 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 yes. Let's get this party started, right? Let's get this party started quickly, right? All right. KK, what's up? Lex Chosen J, the trader, is on MFN time. Gosh, where can I find you, Jay? You gotta ask the request, and there you go. Loso, how we sounding out there? Ken Fitty, what up? Jay,
What's up? What's up, fam?
how you doing, my brother?
I'm so blessed, man. So blessed. It's so good to see you. How about yourself?
Likewise. Hold on. Carlos, could you put on the light that I paid so much money for on Amazon so that people can see me properly? The ring light? Thank you, sir. There we go. I really didn't pay a lot for it, but shout out to F.E. Harris Financial. Shout out to all your people on the live, because I know you have a lot of people following you. You probably have more people that's going to be in this live than me, but the
Not at all.
collaboration is going to be a good thing. So this is Mental Medicine Mondays. So it's not just about mental health. It's always about things awakening your mind. But I call it Mental Medicine Mondays. So I'm going to tell you why I have Jay the Trader on today. So I have recently started trading stocks and options and all this good stuff. I'm very green, very new to it. And literally I did it a couple weeks before all of the madness with AMC and GameStop. So I didn't jump on the specific hype of that. I jumped on just before that, even able to profit from some of it. With TD America, and then I found out about Robinhood, and then now I'm moving towards another app that actually the CEO is black, called Doe. There you go. And I play around a little bit with Cash App.
Nice.
And I play around a little bit with Stash.
I like that.
So I'm going to give you the floor in a minute, Jay. I just like to build up the understanding and have people understand why this is happening, what's going on.
All right.
I joined Clubhouse when it, early out when it was on, and I love the app, but I love it for specific reasons. And crazy enough, I talk for a living, but I shut the hell up during Clubhouse and listen to what other people have to say because I want to listen and learn.
Understood.
So I believe I jumped on a Clubhouse that you were leading, correct?
Okay, yeah, I think that was it.
Right. And why I asked you to come on the show is not just the knowledge I believe that you had about the stock market and how you could break it down to our people, but just how eloquent you were in doing it. Because a lot of times it's not a matter of how much information you have in that brain of yours. If you can't break it down to the average person, then I'm going to run from it. Exactly. So my relationship with the stock market before maybe 2 months ago was literally when I got my first iPhone, I saw this stuff. I'm like, I don't need this shit. It's taken away.
What is this
I can
app?
download another app. Get this shit out of here.
Exactly. Move this app. I don't like this app.
Right, because I didn't know. And I thought it was an old white man's game, and I was scared. The only thing I had a little bit of knowledge of, and that's because the person took the time to explain it to me, was mutual funds, which is,
Okay, I got you. I got you. You get a basket of funds. Okay.
Right. So we're going to start here. So the first thing I want to tell my audience and everybody listening, whether you have experience in the stock market or you don't, you're going to walk away here today. You're going to open up an account. You understand?
Yes.
And we're going to try together, because one of the only ways besides becoming a rapper and a basketball player or hitting the lotto for us little people, if you want to call it, to create generational wealth and to change the whole energy and climate of how we become rich will be the stock market. I promise you that.
Truthfully. Yes.
And I'm here to share that information with you. It is scary. It is confusing. I'm still learning. It's okay. We will fuck up and learn together. And
that's the name of the game.
Right. And Jay is going to help us, and he can take it a lot further than I can because he offers stuff and he teaches people and whatever. All right, I'm going to shut up now. So Jay, please introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? First and foremost, Papa Keith, man. I told you in the chat, and I'm going to tell everybody, yo, you a legend. I really appreciate. It's the craziest thing in the world when somebody that you look up to, you know their voice. They've been in your car with you for years and years, driving 95 and 826 and 836. And then somebody hits you up and you're like, man, this ain't Papa Keith, stop front. So stop, straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just put it where it goes, man. You're a legend, and I appreciate the opportunity to even be on this live with you, man. Straight up. And for everybody else,
I'm
my name is
humbled. I'm
Jason
humbled,
Sweeting.
man. Listen, it's time for you. It's
Thank
time for you to get us rich.
Let's do it. Hey, look, man, everybody else, man, my name is Jason Sweeting. I'm a trader from Miami, Florida. Everybody calls me Jay the Trader. And why they do that is because I love to trade. But more than that, I love teaching people how to trade. I believe that everybody is a trader. And it's about time that we all understand the power that we possess. What I love to say is I turn people into ATMs. That's it. That's what I do. I show people that don't know what to do to get the bread, how to get the bread. That's it. I believe that every day can be payday. It's been payday for so many other people. They might not look like us or be from our neighborhood, but it's been payday for them. And I believe that it can be payday for us. Let me just welcome you into the market, okay? Let me just I'm going to start you like 0-0. We don't know anything, all right?
Yes, please.
Look, so everybody is a trader. Everybody. Everybody is a trader. You're already a trader. You're here on this live because you're trading your time. We're giving you information and you're trading time. If you like a chick, you like a dude, you're going to trade your affection for their attention. If you're scrolling on Instagram and you stop at a post, Instagram notices you stop at this post. So they make that post a little more important in the algorithm because it realizes this post will get someone's attention and they'll trade more of their time for what's on the post. So hear me, you're already a trader and you've always been a trader. I can go back to the second grade lunchroom at Frank C. Martin Elementary. You understand? You know, I'm from down south there, y'all. Shout out to Richmond Heights, Perron, and Goose. You
Hey.
understand? You feel me? So you go all the way back down and you can see the kids in the lunchroom. Hey, Johnny, what your mama pack you? My mama packed me peanut butter and jelly. What your mama pack you? Well, my mama packed me Doritos. All right, well, I trade you. You see what I'm saying? What you can do even as a kid is you understand the estimation of value. And that's what's so important. What is worth my time? What is worth my resources? What is worth my money? And once you can estimate that value of time, then you already know that you're a trader. Now, look, now that you know you're a trader, let's get to the next part. This is my
Hold on,
favorite part. Okay.
before you continue to your favorite part, I want
All
to
right.
encourage everybody because we have a nice, sexy room right now with about 70-something people.
You
Please
already know.
tag someone that you've been trying to explain the market to. This is free game that he's
Yeah.
doing here. I'm providing a service to educate y'all, so don't keep it for yourself. Share it with somebody who's on the fence, who doesn't want to know, somebody you've been trying to explain to, because this guy is going to really do a good job of breaking it down. Continue,
Hey man,
brother.
I love that. Thank you so much. Hey man, it's real. I'm 1000% behind that. Our job is to grow and serve. Basically, to grow and serve. That's all we got to do. So learn and share is what I'm saying. The biggest responsibility you have is to share. Hit that airplane and make sure people are tapped in and tell them to follow. And I think I see some bullies in the comments. So bullies, you already know how we do. Tap that airplane. We with a Miami legend right now. Y'all don't know the crib. I'm bringing y'all down here August 11th through the 15th. Hopefully I can get Big Dog to stop through the conference. But look here, y'all know what we do. Share, 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 because you need to be following the legend in the house. All right, so look, everybody, the purpose of a market, the purpose of any market is to facilitate trade. That's why you have a car market. Amazon is a market. The real estate market. And the purpose of any market is to facilitate trade. Let's not think about our markets now. If we walk into a supermarket, let's think of a market how it used to be. Used to walk in the market, let's say it's back, back in the motherland. The drones playing in the background. They got a little band playing at the market. You just came for some spices because you just gonna cook a little something. And when you go, somebody might tell you in the front, hey, go to the back. The man in the back got the best spices. You're like, yeah, I'm here for the turmeric. I just want to get my health on. I want my nice, yeah. So you walk to the back and you say, my friend, I heard you have spices here. And he says, oh, yes, I do. The finest in all of the land. So there you are, you got your money, you ready for some spices. He shows you the spices and you say, hey man, I love these. I love these. Now do me a favor. I want one of those. He say, you know what, this what, for you, my friend, I'll give it to you for $10. But you know what you're gonna say, come on, like that. Don't hit me over the head. What the lit read? You already know. Like, come on, what it is. Okay, so you're gonna say, you know what, 10 would be good, but how about 5? And he's gonna say, oh, my friend, come on, you do me so bad. It's so tough. How about 7.5? And you say, okay, well, 7.5 I can do. And guess what? You all trade. You give him your money, he gives you his spices. Because that's what markets do. They facilitate trade. Now, I know some of y'all go to Whole Foods and Publix, Winn-Dixie, maybe Fresco y Mas, you dig? It might be all kinds of little places that you go, but your market is doing the same thing. Underneath any product is a price. Now, we don't have people standing beside the meat section saying, come on, please, this is the best beef in the world, but you do have a price per pound. And that is the price that buyers and sellers have agreed to trade. I'll give them my money if they give me their goods at that price. Now, let me tell you, let me just break it down for you now. If you go into a market, say you're going to make spaghetti. It's Monday, you're going to make your spaghetti pop. So you go into the market. You're going to grab some spaghetti noodles, maybe some ronzoni. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go over there. You're going to grab you some ground turkey. Well, not you. You super veggie with it. I know how that vibe goes. My dog going to get some air noodles. That's what he going to get. My dog don't eat none of that meat. You feel me? So, you know, you grab everything you need. You got your fresh sausage. You got your basil. You got everything that you need. You head it out. You go to the conveyor. You know what they say? Hey, Pop, oh man, it's so good to see you, bro. You have everything that you need? Were you able to find everything? You say, yes, I was. You put all your stuff on the conveyor. And then you remember, God, dog, I'm supposed to get some gum. I need some gum for the car, and I'm gonna take some gum for the house. Hey, you know, like you big dog, so I'm gonna get some packs for the studio too. So that way, everywhere I go, I got my little pack of gum. You reach back to go get some gum. And when you put your hand to the gum is $5,000 a pack. I don't care how bad my breath might be, at $5,000 a pack of gum, I cannot participate because the trade is not good. The gum is a great asset, but the price is too high to buy.
Right.
And everybody knows what a good price is. We've always been a trader and we've always been participating in markets. Don't get confused now, folks. What Pop is telling you is the truth. Papa keep out here, he bringing this to you because it's true. You have the power to understand and evaluate the value. And you know that if something isn't the right price, you shouldn't buy it. If you have those two skills,
especially people of color.
especially people of
We have
color.
that in our DNA.
You can't fool us.
So Jay the Trader, let me break it up a little bit for you.
Yes, sir.
Some thoughts that I had, some questions that I had. With everything going on with the market now, so I just want to jump right into the hot sauce. With everything going on with the market now, with AMC, and because we have to do things on a level of people's attention. Everybody's been talking about GameStop. Could you explain the situation that's happening with GameStop, with the hedge funds versus the individual buyers like us?
Right. So typically buyers are called bulls, and buyers make their money as the market rises, right? Bears are also sellers, right? They believe that the market will fall and they profit as it falls. So you have buyers versus sellers, bulls versus bears, people going long versus people going short. All right. You might have heard it any kind of way. So the situation with GameStop is this. All the ants got together and ate a rhino. The rhino's so used to stepping around, being a big dog, getting his way, knocking over trees, kicking over stuff. So all the ants looked up one time and said, hey, yo, that rhino, if he stepped like that one more time, everybody just jump him. And instead of him having to, whisk away 14, 15 ants, it was 14, 15 million in the way. Now, so all the ants rush and they beat a rhino. Now, all of the rhinos get terrified because here we realize that people can gather, people can get together, they can share information, and they can participate in the market against the giant and defeat the giant.
Thank you,
Now,
Taraj 36. I put up badges. I've never tried that
oh,
before.
really? Nice.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So I just wanted to thank her if she bought a badge. So what are you saying is that Reddit is where all of these ants gathered to
Yes.
say, hey, we're going to jump the rhino. So
Yes.
the rhino is the hedge fund companies that over the years have been buying and trading stock, and we have been slaves to them. It's the reason we were scared about stocks to begin with,
Of course.
because I remember even from watching them, I'm telling my age here, but even watching the movie with Eddie Murphy, Trading Places,
Yeah, of course. Of course.
that was the topic. We always seen it as that, like them, and it's really was interesting is that the average person like me and you became that Eddie Murphy, where we just educated ourselves on it and
Yes.
started moving within that space. So the
Right.
Rhino is the hedge fund company. We are the ants as individuals, and
Hmm.
Reddit was
Place where
the
we can get together.
platform that we
Yes.
got together to understand and do that.
Right. We got together.
So let's take it. Thank you also April Lou, for she bought a badge as well.
That's
Um,
love. That's love. The
that is
bully's in the
love.
building.
So I want to now explain to people who are like, I know I'm all over the place, but trust me, my
It's all
audience,
good. It's all good. It's a
they'll work with
vibe.
me.
It's a vibe.
I'm interested. I'm bought
Okay.
in. This is not me talking. This is some of the listeners right now. I'm interested.
Hmm.
I'm bought in. How can I start to get involved? Let's get to that. What's the
Mm.
first step that I can take to get involved? And I don't,
Hmm.
out of respect, I don't want to use Robinhood in this
Right.
because a lot of people are buying into Robinhood. There's
Right.
actually one. I haven't used it yet, but I plan on using it. There's the one I told you called Dough, spelled
Dough.
like DOUGH,
Yeah, like the
that has
bread.
a black CEO. So I try
Yes.
to do things from that, from that
Yes.
lens. Let's support
Yes. Yes.
what we're doing and stuff like that. So Dough, Ameritrade. Let's not include
Yes.
Robinhood, although I do
Right.
have it. And let's
Right.
include Stash as well. So those
Right.
three. How can people get started dabbling in the market and not losing their face? And what should they spend and what they should not spend?
Right. I understand. Okay, so for the disclaimer of it all, I am an official Ninja Trader educator. I'm also a part of other things. Look, like this is a game that you need to understand the rules of before you go playing, because this is not where the little boys play. This is not where the little girls play. You can lose all of your initial investment or even more than your initial investment. So I suggest that you get into this game with what they call risk capital. This is money that you can lose without ever affecting your livelihood and your lifestyle.
I
That is
call
not
it club money. I call it
club
club
money.
money.
I love that. I love that.
What you blow on a bottle, I call it that.
That's that. What you about to blow on a bottle, use that. You understand? Because what we're doing right now is that we're leveling up. You see what I'm saying? Why buy the bar when you can buy the club? And how do you get to buying the club? You got to stop buying the bottles for a second so that you can put that money to work. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you can do. You download the app Dough, or you visit tdameritrade.com and you sign up for an account. TD Ameritrade will let you open a brokerage account with a small amount of capital. Does not take a whole lot of money, way less than you think. You understand? Same thing with Dough. And what you want to do by and large is buy the companies that you rock with. It's a simple combination. Buy the ones you rock with. Guess what? You on an iPhone? Grab Apple. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to Walmart? Buy Walmart. You got some on your feet, some shoes, you stepping right. You got some, well, buy some Nike. Hey, you stopped by and got a coffee this morning? Well, grab yourself some Starbucks. Your kids, every time you drive by, your kids ask you to stop in, so get some McDonald's. The companies that affect your life, the companies that are doing things that they are staples and mainstays, that is the companies that you invest in. And let me tell you how this game goes. It's not about, let me just make some money real quick. That's not this game. This game is, let's put these CEOs to work for us. Who's running McDonald's these days? All right, well, I own some McDonald's, so work for me, homeboy. Okay, who's got Walmart these days? Well, I own some Walmart, so work for me, homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Who's at Starbucks? Work for me, big dog. Yeah, I own some of that, so you have to put your knowledge. You are my employee now. Now make that business work the way I want it to work.
Now you had a great point about the long term, but I want
Yeah,
to, so I'm trying to compact a lot of things in a short period of time, of course.
for sure,
So
for sure.
there is a short term game too that I kind of jumped into quickly as
Yes,
well. The options, calls,
yes,
puts. Can you
right.
dabble into that as well?
Okay, so look, everybody wants to play this game, right? Can I tell you about a market that nobody really talks about ever, but it's the best place to go and trade your money? If you really want to turn every day into payday, people play the options, but I got to talk a little fast. There's something called risk to reward ratio. Your risk to reward ratio on options, basically what you're talking about is if I risk $1, how many dollars can I make? Because if I risk one, I want to make more than one. When the options come out, oftentimes you have to participate at their price. So if you want this option for this expiry, then you have to go to that strike price, and that strike price costs that much. So they're controlling your math. They're controlling your risk. They're controlling when you can exit. They're controlling the price at which you can enter. Let me tell you about a game where that don't work. See, this is my game. My game is turning every day into payday and turning people into ATMs. The
Yes.
futures market. The futures. Everybody type that in the chat. Type the futures market.
Explain. We're here for it. Let's go.
Look now, so you go into your market, you got the bakery, you got the produce, you got the deli, you got the pharmacy, you got all the dairy. That's your sections, right? If you go into the financials market, you have all that other stuff. You got options over there, you got stocks over there, you got all this other stuff. But nobody ever talks about this place called the futures market. The futures market. You go to the futures market. Inside the futures market, you're going to find some things, but let me tell you about my favorite one. It's called the bonds, the 30-year treasury bonds, the ZB. Every stock has a name, right? You go to Microsoft, it's not Microsoft, it's MSFT. So if you go to the futures market, you're going to find the bonds. It's called the ZB. Z is in zebra, B is in boy. That is where you go. You go to the ZB. Now, the reason why I love this place so much is because it is, first of all, it's the highest paying instrument in the entire market. At
Really?
$31 and $31.25.
Teach me. I'm humbled.
$31.25 a tick. What that means is per movement in the market, you know how you move up and down,
Yeah.
like stocks trade by the dollar value, right? So over in the futures, you trade by this thing called ticks, and every tick has its own associated value. This one is, if it moves a tick, $31.25.
Wow.
The reason why this is so dope, and what I love to say is this:
So this
we
is
live in a,
body and options. I'm
in
learning.
fact, in fact, in fact, it's the game that nobody talks about.
Gotcha.
Nobody talks about it. Everybody wants to talk about options and how sexy they are because you have calls and puts and you can interact. Man, forget all that. Just what you do. You learn how to trade the futures. Come over here with these bonds. They move slow. They move methodical. They move very, very, very easily predictable movements. Very easy. In fact, what I do is I teach my students how to trade the bonds, bro. And then what they do is take that and they go take the concepts and put them in their options, put them in their long-term plays, put them in other markets, man, because the
Oh,
way
because
that
it's
they
like a
work is so
blueprint.
technical.
It's like a blueprint.
If you do
Okay.
this, you can do everything. See, you understand about the business. So say, for example, your restaurant. Well, we know if this man could cook this, this, and that, shoot, if he could cook these 3 things, he can cook these 23 things. You
Gotcha.
understand? And
Gotcha.
that's
Yeah.
basically, the bonds become such a fantastic schoolmaster because they show you how to trade, how to estimate value, how to look at the difference between buyers and sellers, how to look at what we call the conversation between buyers and sellers. Now, everybody, just give me 30 seconds. I don't want to bore you, but this is important. There is always a conversation happening. That conversation is between buyers and sellers. These are the people participating in the market. Right? You have buyers and sellers. Only 3 people ever participating. Buyers, sellers, and people waiting to be buyers and sellers. It's only 3. The buyers are saying, I'll buy that from you or not. And the sellers are saying, I'll sell this to you or not. And because of that conversation, the candles go up and down, up and down. Like I saw you today on the AMC play. I saw you today on that play. Yeah, I saw you, big dog. So up and down the candles go because the buyers and the sellers are talking. Now, in the bonds, it's a great place to learn that conversation Because if you learn the conversation, you know how buyers and sellers communicate. And you can
Got you.
apply that cross market. Now, my students, they come, they learn how to trade from me. And then this time they go to the options. Instead of playing the options with $200, they go play it with $20,000. Because we know how to trade them futures.
Well, first of all, I want everybody in the chat room. We got over 100 people in here, which is amazing. I want everybody who's appreciating this to drop a gem and follow my man Jay the Trade if you're not already, because I know y'all quick on that. And I appreciate you. Like, you're dropping gems, and you know, I just want to show the appreciation, and thank you for the badges as well. I'm new to it. So walk us through it, because I'm an immediate guy. So I try to, you know, when I interview and I talk to people,
yes,
I try to do it in a way where, like, there's different levels of us. There's people who are listening, they're going to do it next year. There's people who are listening, they're going to research it. And then you got people like me who listening and, all right, what's up? Let's go.
I'm doing it tonight.
So I'm doing it right now. So how do you get to the bonds? How do you get to that? Can you access it with the same apps? How does it work?
Right.
How do you get to these futures?
So if you have TD Ameritrade on your phone, or if you have,
I'm opening up now because I want you to walk me through it like I've never.
You would type /ZB. Now, there's a stock called ZB. It's Zion's Bank. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the US.
/ZB like that?
/ZB.
Or the
yes,
slash
sir.
the other way?
The slash, like a backslash. Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay. So I do that in the search?
You do that in the search.
Nothing came up for me.
You will see the US. You on TD Ameritrade?
Yeah.
Or you on TradingView? Okay, so /.
Go to the dashboard, right? The dashboard?
Yeah, where you would go. Right now, do a plus so you can find on your search list. Like, so you can
that's
find
my
a
search
new one.
list.
Add a new one. All right, cool. Now you're going to type ZB /ZB, and you'll be ready to go.
I don't know if it's me or I can't pull it up.
That's very, very odd. We're trading the H contract on TD, so it would be /ZBH. Type in
Let me
just
go to
regular
watch list.
ZB and type in ZB and see if Zion Bank come in, so I can make sure that you're in the right spot on that search. Because there's a way you can search. It's a way you could, see one that says backs. It's reverse, so I'm reading backwards. ProStar, some. So you see a ZBRA. So you have to put that slash there. Put that slash. Right. That's gonna let the TD knows. Yeah, you put that slash, then the ZB, and it'll say.
But
US
it keeps telling me no results
found.
Is it under another name, maybe? So should I type in U.S. Treasury bonds?
Type in that and see if they'll give you. But the symbol for it is the ZB. TradingView has got it as U.S. 30-year T-bond, right? Mr. Wright, I see you. I see you. Run wide. I see you, brother. I see you. U.S. 30-year T-bond on TradingView. If you're following this or if you're on live right now, you can go to tradingview.com or download the TradingView app and search U.S. 30-year or 30Y T-bond, right? And then if you're on TD, it's /ZB on TD Ameritrade. Appreciate that, Living Life 519. Much love. /ZB. Now you can search, Pop. So you could be searching, and your search could be for the instruments that you already have that you watching.
Oh, so that's probably why it's not coming up.
Or go to your main joint where you can search all the TD Ameritrade. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to go. I'll go on my laptop because sometimes it's true. Oh, I'll go on Think or Swim.
Think or Swim. Yeah. If you have that Think or Swim app, then it's that /ZB. Z as in zebra, B as in boy. That is the U.S. 30-year Treasury market. The reason why I like this market so much is because it is insulated from the BS that can happen when market manipulators have an idea dinner. You understand? They all get together. And when you talked about this, you hit on that. I love,
got it on Think or Swim.
Big
all right,
dog.
Got it on Think or Swim. All right.
Big dog. That's your joint right there. That's
all right,
your boy.
Thank you. All right, so it's a /ZBH21. That's good?
Right, H, that's the one. Okay. That's the one we own.
Okay, wonderful. All
right. Now, that's the bonds. Let me tell you what the bonds are. Stock is a debt instrument where a company can issue a position of ownership in exchange for money. But who can own the United States of America? By definition, no one can. But municipalities need to raise money too. So they use something called bonds. The earliest bond was found in ancient Mesopotamia. And essentially, it's a contract that if you give me money, I pay you back in X amount of years with interest. So it's like we say, word is bond. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bond. And what that means is a promise. And what you're looking at is people evaluating the value up and down of the promise between the United States of America and its investors. See, you can invest in, people say, oh, can I own emerging markets? Well, what are the top 5 markets? Well, Kenya is doing well. Nigeria is emerging. We already know Japan is a powerhouse. Well, how can I get a piece of the growth? Well, what you want to do is invest in the country. Well, you can't own some of it. So you can't buy stock in Nigeria, but you can go and you can buy a bond. That puts you into the ownership space of the country's growth and trajectory. Now, this is what's so dope. This is what's so dope. When you're looking at those bonds right there, what you're looking at is a contract between 2 participants, the United States of America and its investors. That look real common. See, if you go to any Martin Luther King around the nation, you know what you can see. You're going to see 2 people facing each other that same way, and they're going to have a contract going on between them. You see, one might be on this side, he rolling them dice, and the other one might be waiting. Maybe somebody inside of them, you know, between them, we'll call him the bank. And you're going to see 2 guys rolling them dice. Now, they rolling them dice. If 2 guys are rolling dice, they have a contract. You don't believe me? Step in the middle of a dice game, see how well it go for you. That's serious business.
Right.
You don't do that. That's serious business.
Just so everybody knows, I'm going to be definitely saving this live. It's going to be on my Instagram. So, you know, if you got to go, if you can't catch it all, you can watch it a million times like I will. And welcome to everybody in the room. I got Jay the Trader here, helping us to get involved with the stock market. I scheduled this interview before what happened with GameStop and all these things. Yeah. So I just don't want people to think this is about hype. I do not dive into hype. This was scheduled before that situation because I wanted to get my people involved with the stock market, and I wanted to help them with generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Instead of playing the lotto, the same $20 you take to win that money and stuff like that, you could take that $20, even if it's on a weekly basis, and build and build and build and build on it through buying stocks, options, and now we're finding out about futures. So I couldn't get on there because I have a restriction, I guess, on my account. It said this account is not enabled for futures trading. So that's probably why I couldn't see it from the Ameritrade account. So I just wanted to mention that to everyone in case they get stumped like me. So I'll figure it out with the Ameritrade, and I'll definitely get on that move.
But you did the Thinkorswim app, and you were able to see it though, right?
I was able to see it through Thinkorswim, but then they also told me it's not enabled in my account. So I just maybe have to go click a button.
Okay. Right. Understood. Understood. So the way that we look at this market part, what we do is we look at it and we estimate the value. See, when you're watching those guys roll dice, you are not in the game. You don't have anything going on. You can watch the game, you can observe, but you're not in the game. Let's just say a guy rolling on this side, guy rolling this side. It may be somebody holding the money. We call him the bank. You know how we do. And the bank got the bread, and they, you know, little Joe, they looking, you know, everybody rolling. They trying to, you know, 3, 4, everybody trying to roll. Everybody rolling them dice. But even if I am not in the game, I can still participate. I can do what we call side bet. I can evaluate the outcome, and I can put my money on the outcome, side bet, without ever being in the game.
So Jay, all of this time, us as, you know, majority, because I know I'm not talking to all just black people, but, you know, all of this time, us as a people, we've been doing the same exact stuff as the stock market, but just on a street level?
Exactly.
That's what you're telling me?
And not only have we been doing it, but
everything you're talking about is the dice game.
We've been doing it at a high level. Not only do we do it well. That's the fear, man. If I could get into the psychology of it, you know, that's the fear, baby. Like, they scared because imagine what happens when we really do it. You know, there are
Mm.
252 trading days per year. If you make $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year.
Right.
That's life-changing money for most folks when you consider that the starting salary in America for a teacher is $35,000. And they got to go
Factoid.
to school, and they got to go to school and they got to get debt for student loans in order to do it. So I'm just trying to tell you that they've
Right.
been keeping this game away from us. In fact, Wall Street was built on our backs. We all know that Wall Street was built because our forefathers and foremothers, they stood up for people to buy and sell them like cattle. That's how the whole game got started. The money came off of our backs.
Hmm.
That's how Wall Street was even born. You understand? When you look at the history of them streets, Madison Avenue and why Madison, and Wall Street, why Wall Street, that's why Wall Street was. It was a big old wall, and that wall is where you brought folks in so they can stand and be evaluated, and people can determine the value of the item so that they can trade in order to get the item.
Wow. Gems, gems. Drop those gems in the comments, man.
It
Drop them
is what it
gems to let
seems.
him know you catching what he's putting down.
Hey,
Seriously.
so Pop, all we do, man, we stand outside of the exchange, we stand outside of the contract, we can side bet on the outcome. And when we side bet on the outcome, whether the buyers or the sellers will win, we can make a ton of money. You know, we can make a ton of money.
Jay, listen, it's a lot for people to absorb, including myself. I think we've absorbed a lot. So I just want to take it to the next step,
Let's go.
where now they can go offline. Thank you for everybody dropping gems. And also, anybody who gives me a badge, I just want to be clear, it's not for me personally. I'm okay. I do have a nonprofit called Papa Key for People Matter. We're building a studio in Liberty City. We feed the homeless and poor people, and I do a lot of things in the community. So I just
Dope.
want you to know, if you're giving me a badge, by no means am I, and I'm not asking for it either, but it's there. But if you give it to me, it goes directly to my nonprofit organization. So I just wanted to be clear on that. But
Fantastic.
Jay, can you?
Fantastic.
I put Stay Humble 510. Put your put a link there for you. But can you tell people how they
Yeah,
can get
yeah.
more information, how they can work with you about your courses and stuff like that?
First and foremost, man, I just want to say thank you for your time and attention. Everybody that's here, you could be anywhere doing anything with anybody. And I'm sure that you have other pressing matters, but I appreciate you taking the time to hear us out. If you want to know more about what I do, just click the link in my Instagram bio. So you just go to J_the_trader and you click that link. That's the Tell Me More link. I do 2 free trainings per week. I have a course that's available. I have tons and tons of YouTube videos that are for free. I have a free course you can sign up for, and you can also get the free course just so that I'm like you. Like, we got on the same jersey. That's why I think it was such a big hit for me to meet you, is because we just want people to do well.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't take a lot of money per day to make folks happy. $300, $400, $500 a day, man, and you could change someone's life. And
Yes.
I believe that that is just more than doable, more than doable. So
And
you all,
I can attest to it, folks. I really can. And I'm not even dumping. I'm still playing with a little bit of scared money because I'm still learning. But
yeah,
it's been really amazing for me. I've been more focused on the stock. I jumped on Sundial a little early.
yeah,
It did
yeah,
great today. I did an
nice,
option on
nice,
Sundial. So,
right,
I did a dollar call on that. So I'm letting that play out. I did,
yeah.
dabble in AMC, and I have a bunch of stuff in my portfolio. Is there a rule? Um,
Mhm.
is there a rule to how much you should maintain in your portfolio? To those who don't understand portfolios, how many stocks and options and
Right,
different things that you're dealing with, how many things you have in your briefcase, so to speak.
right.
Is there too much, too little? Like, is there a rule about that?
No, what I like to say is I'm not like you. I don't invest like you. I don't have the same ability to take on loss as you might have. So everyone has got to do it their way. Now, there are some basic principles. Some basic principles is get involved with companies that you are aware of, that you know, that you have read about, that you experience in daily life. Get involved with those guys. Another thing that's very good to know is that even if you can't buy all of a stock, you can buy a micro share, you can buy portions. Maybe you want to get involved with an industry. So you might go and involve yourself in what they call an ETF, which is like a bag of companies within an industry. Say if you like
Like
emerging
QQQ?
industry. right?
Mm.
Technologies, anything like that. You can involve yourself in that sort of fun too. The biggest thing about it is the game is going on right now. Like Sherlock Holmes used to say, the game is afoot, baby. You got to get into it, you know. And the thing about it is, you can't be intimidated by it. You know, we from Miami, and you know how it
Yes.
is. The first time you walked up on you was on A
Scared
Street or
money
something
don't
like that.
make no money.
You already know. You already know what this is. We from the crib. You better get
That's
about your cheddar.
Yeah, that is
You
correct.
know, and
That's a big part of it, Jay. I just want to touch on that because I think
yeah,
that's what's wrong with that's what happened. I shouldn't say what's wrong, but that's what happened with a lot of us and our people. We've been
yeah.
trained through our parents and through history to be service. We always serving. We always in the service
Hmm.
industry, and no disrespect to
Hmm.
anybody in the service industry, because
Sure.
I do a service as well.
Right.
But
I'm here
whether it's
too.
a nurse or whether it's this or that, we're so focused on just getting our money based on serving somebody, and then they pay us based on
Hmm.
our service and stuff like that.
Well,
So these are just
I,
different things and ways you could get involved where it's not about that. You can make money where you don't have to
exactly.
serve anybody. Serve yourself. So these are the
Exactly.
things, and it's nothing to be scared of. Start small.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if you literally changed your mind about going to the club, and you knew that if you went out to the club, even if you fine as hell, ladies, and the guy's gonna pay you a drink, there's still a cost. The outfit, the gas or whatever, and just
The
even
hair.
say, yeah, even say it's $50 and you change your mind, you ain't go out. Take that $50 and bet on yourself through the
Yeah.
stock market, because that's a way of generational wealth. Eventually
Yes,
you'll
it
get
is.
there. You know what I'm
Yes, it
saying?
is. It's so very important that you do that. You put yourself in your own employ. Your money is yours. You have the right to put it to work. So go ahead and put it to work. We
And fuck
understand
the
that it is
bank.
possible.
Fuck the
Yeah.
bank. All that money you have in the bank, man, they're
Put
taking
it to
your money.
work.
If you don't know what the bank does, the bank actually does what you're supposed to do. The bank takes your money, like if say you have 300, 5 grand, 10,000, they take your money, they invest your money the same way
Yes.
in the
Yes.
same exact thing in the stock market. They
Yes.
make 25 and 30% on your money, and then they give you point zero
Zero,
zero
zero.
free.
Yes. Not
Fuck
even a
out of here.
percent. Not even a percent.
Not
And
even
they
a percent.
they charge us to hold our money that they investing with.
Worse yet, you
And
bounce a check, you really ain't making no money.
come on now. Come on now.
You took an L for the whole year.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna make no money. And you know what? The banks, they make so much money off of insufficient fund fees. That's a whole industry in and of
In
itself.
itself.
I'm telling you. And not only that, fractional reserve lending, a bank can take your dollar and lend it 9 times before the federal government says stop. So if you got 300 in your bank, they lending it like it's 2,700. Everybody can have some. They making more money up. I'm telling you, you got to get into the game, man. You feel me?
And
Get into the
and
game.
there's no excuses with people like Jay the Trader, with Google, with Instagram, like what we're doing
Yeah,
right now, with
yeah, of
YouTube.
course.
Just educate yourself. I know I've been there. I've been there.
Yes.
I'm coming to you humbly. I'm not coming to you with years of this experience. I literally jumped in the game 2 months ago. two
Let's
months
go.
ago.
Let's
All
go.
right. And my portfolio is already growing, and I see it. And this is why I'm talking about it. And I didn't even jump out there like an excited kid. I waited. I listened to people. I listened to him on Clubhouse. I listened to others. I jump on this other local clubhouse called Black Wall Street. They're amazing people
I like
on
that.
there. I love them,
Yeah.
man. And they're home
Yeah.
team. They talk just like us. What's up, boy? You know what
Yeah.
it is. They smoke weed. They do whatever. But they are in the game, and they
They
will
know how to play
help
the
and
game.
teach you. So there's so many resources with social media. There's really no excuse other than you being, scared. So don't be.
Yeah.
All right, you got
Don't
this.
be. Don't be. And I'm gonna tell
Jay.
you, history has made it, Pop. You know, history made it where we should be scared. Because you know what they did with our banks, Freedmen's Bank. The United States government went into the bank and took all the money out because that's where
Yeah.
freedmen would take their money for banking. So it is not, it's a reason why mama used to put it in a pillow and grandma used to put it under the bed and great
Yep.
grandmama always kept it in her bra because they were afraid of the institutions. But now I want you to take their fear, learn from it, realize that those institutions, they don't always have your best outcome in mind. And you got to get smart and you got to do what my dogs say. Man, forget about them banks. Let them do
Yeah.
what they're gonna do. You do what you're gonna do. You gonna make your bread. You inform yourself and you participate. Get in the game.
Big facts. Jay the Trader, thank you so much, man. I got to get ready for this 5 o'clock rush hour mix on 1035 The Beat. If y'all are in Miami, you could tune in. If you're not in Miami, you could jump on that iHeartRadio app, download it. I'm here in South Florida. I do this every Monday. I invite someone just to fuck with your brain a little bit, man, just to get it going, have you think about things. So I was happy. The timing worked out impeccably to have Jay, who I invited weeks ago, to come on. I'm proud of him. I'm happy to get to know him. Jay, we're going to connect because I'm going to need your help on those futures.
You
And
already
you
know.
guys know where to you catch him follow him on Instagram. Thank you for those who gave me the badges. I'm not asking for it, but you know, those who did it, like Taraj 36, April Lou, and Pretty Mama Cookie, I appreciate it. This goes to my nonprofit, Papa Key for People Matter, and I use 100% of that and my own money to help out in communities. Thank you so much, Jay the Trader.
I appreciate it, man. Much love.
We're going to connect, man. I really need your help, too, man. So I'll hit you offline, and I'll catch you on Clubhouse. You can follow us both on Clubhouse. I'm sure it's the same thing, Jay the Trader and Papa Keith. And we hope to see you back rich and strong and powerful and great, man. We want this for you, man. And this is what it's all about, getting the information and talking to your friends and family about it. And send everybody to this page so they can get these gems as well. All right?
You already know. Much
all right,
love,
my
bro.
brother.
Thank
Take
you for
care.
the opportunity.
Yeah, keep singing too, man. What's that? That's like your thing to be singing?
Man,
I catch you singing every once in a while. What's that about?
I play around with the music a little bit. I've always done it. It's not a room in Dade County I ain't played, man.
That's what's up.
Jesus, every room. I even played your restaurant.
That's what's up.
I even played Mogul, man. You already know.
I think I know about that.
You already know, man. I play them all, dog.
That's what's up, man. Have fun with it, man. Y'all be easy out there, and I appreciate y'all. Till next
Much
Monday.
love.
All right.
For sure.